Hello, back on stage again, Ingmar Rentzhog, CEO and founder, We Don't Have Time. And now you're here to talk about what's happening on the app and also to share some climate love, right?
Yes, I love climate love. And I just want to explain a little bit how you that watch this can use our app. So if you go to wedon'time.org, you will open something that will look like this, and you can read about the speakers and give a lot of more insights of what we are discussing here today. But you can also, if you press see what's new here, see what's going on and ask questions directly to the speakers. Now we have so many questions here, so it didn't load. We try again. So if you just use the comment field here, you could ask a question to the speaker and they will answer, but not here on stage, but in the app. So the conversation will continue during and after the broadcast. You can also read about a lot of reviews, climate warning and climate love. And this is a climate love that I gave to a new app that someone has built on Twitter, that every time a company are tweeting about their climate action on Earth Day, this bot will look up the facts and see if it's real action or just talk. I think that's exactly what we need. We need accountability, and we need fast accountability, and it's really brilliant to do it automatically. But we also have a lot of other solutions in the app, and I would like to highlight a climate love to a company called Alfa Laval. They are into the energy, but they're not producing the energy, they're saving the energy. So this climate love is all about saving energy and all this amazing solution Alfa Laval have to save energy. And what we do on We Don't Have Time is that what's happening on the internet, it's not staying on the internet. So when enough people have agreed to a climate love, we're actually inviting the company or the leader. We actually have everything from presidents to global corporations, CEOs engaged in the app and on stage. So I would like to welcome up Alfa Laval to the stage and give this in person from the We Don't Have Time community. So congratulations.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
We're so happy that you're here, and let me introduce you properly. You are Catarina Paulson. You're head of sustainability at Alfa Laval, and you've worked with sustainability since 1994 in companies such as Volvo, AkzoNobel, and also Tetra Pak. And you've been instrumental at Alfa Laval in the development of the sustainability strategy towards 2030.
That's correct. Thank you very much.
And I'd like to ask you a few questions here, since you're here with us in the studio. Would you say that energy efficiency is the field in which your company can have the highest positive impact for climate?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Ingmar, and thank you for having me here. And to all of you, happy Earth Day. And I think to your question, it's a double, right? Because as a company, you always have to walk the talk. And there we have set ambitious targets to reduce our Scope 1 and 2 emissions to 0 by 2030 and our Scope 3 emissions by half by 2030. We have also made an accomplishment to reduce 33% of our Scope 1 and 2 emissions now already, and we have the ambition of reducing to 50% by 2023. And here comes the interesting part, right? Because baseline is not 2005, our baseline is 2020, and we all know what happened 2020, so it's a very ambitious target. But to your question about energy efficiency and why that is so important, well, actually, we're all talking a lot about this transformation towards non-fossil fuels, which is extremely important to the transition and to reducing carbon emissions. But we tend to kind of neglect the energy efficiency side of the impact it will have. And as International Energy Agency has stated, by 2040, 40% of the emissions reductions will come from energy efficient solutions. And now to what we do as a company, we work with this duality, right? So we create technologies to enable the transition to new fuels, but we also provide energy efficient solutions to industries. Amongst others, we every year sell heat exchangers that reduce energy use by around 50 gigawatts. And for those of you that don't know exactly how much that is, that's around 100 million homes in Europe, the same amount of energy. And it also corresponds to 25 million tons of CO2 reductions every year.
That's a lot. So what is the role of customers and also other partners in this transition for Alfa Laval?
Well, we all know that partnerships are essential to reach the Paris Agreement. Without partnerships, we won't reach anywhere. But regarding energy efficiency, I think it's very important that we work in partnerships to push and accelerate the introduction of energy efficient technologies. And therefore, we have joined the energy efficiency movement, which was started by ABB last year, and we joined at COP26 when actually Ingmar and I met for the first time. And what this movement is about is getting as many as possible to join in an effort to accelerate the introduction of technologies. And why is this so important right now? Because these technologies exist today, they are available, and they are also cost efficient. So although maybe not as cool to talk about as green hydrogen, they exist today and they are needed because in 2050 we will be several more billion people on this earth, and we will all want to have a phone, and we will all work towards automation. Energy consumption is going to increase. If we do not become more efficient, we will not reach the Paris Agreement.
We all know time is of the essence. What would you like to see in the perspective of energy efficiency, let's see in the 3 to 5 years?
Well, I think the introduction of technologies that are energy efficient is crucial in the coming years, because although we need to continue introducing new technologies into the industrial processes, if we don't work now with the introduction of energy efficient solutions, then we will lose time towards achieving our common target. And here I just want to make a little reflection I've had about this race to zero, because it's a very special race, right? It's not only extremely important, it's also a race where we all need to pass the finish line. If we don't all pass the finish line, we won't make it, right? And therefore, I think that the front runners who are pushing for new and efficient technologies are the ones that need to carry the flag forward and ensure we accelerate into new technologies, but also use existing available and affordable technologies already today.
So Catarina, how important is communication in spreading the word?
Well, I guess it's a rhetoric question.
It is a rhetoric question. Since you're holding the heart.
I would like to say like this to reiterate the importance of energy efficiency. Let's all use our energy to push the importance of energy efficiency. Maybe that can be a little bit of the communication aspect today.
It's a good payoff. Thank you very much. And Ingmar, when you hear Catarina, is this your reflections? Is this the way that companies need to go?
Absolutely, and I'm not talking about saving energy. That's Alfa Laval solution. A lot of companies have different solutions, have different focus, can do different things. We need a lot of solutions. But what I like at most what Alfa Laval is doing, and many other companies that we are here today, and also our partners for this broadcast, is that they have realized one thing, and that is we will not solve the climate crisis if we win. We will only solve the climate crisis if everyone wins. And the only way to do that is to act yourself. That's true if you're an individual and if you're a big global corporation. You need to act, and you need to communicate that, influence, inspire, engage others to do the same. If we only focus on our own action, it will not be enough. But if you do the action, you must also communicate the action. That is how we win the race to zero. That is how we save this planet. And I would like everyone to take that home after this broadcast. To every time you see something, every time you see someone doing something good, help them to communicate. You don't need to talk about you. You can talk about others. And we have an app for that. So you can use that, or just go out and talk to your neighbor. It's also important to talk to people in real life, not just on social media.
So communications is key. And congratulations, Catarina, on the climate love. And thank you very much, Ingmar Rentzhog. And now we move on to the next segment.
Thank you.